Alright, so the title of our project today is going to be Coverage of Emergency Stations at Texas A&M University. And my name is Joshua Rinkarvis.
And my name is Jared Schrader. What the project is.
So pretty much we are determining the percent of campus that is encompassed by the emergency station network.
The project is taking place on the north side of campus? Or northwest? Oh wait. No, it's northeast.
Northeast.
Yeah, northeast side of
Final
campus.
answer.
There we go. Because it would have taken a lot longer if we would have incorporated all of campus. So we decided to use the streets of University Drive, Wellborn Road, George Bush Drive, and some of Texas, or Texas Avenue, but we did not use the golf course, and this grass area because it's not a high traffic area. There's no dorms there. It's just not useful for this information. And the project is being done to determine what areas are covered, what areas are not being covered by the emergency station system, and also if the emergency station system is useful in the high traffic areas to where there are enough there that people can actually reach them and there's no blind spots or areas that are too far away.
Okay, and in this project, we pretty much gathered all of our data using the Garmin 78 handheld GPS. And using this, we left it on WASP the whole time, which has a standard deviation of up to 10 meters, which we do account for in determining our accuracies. And let's get into the data.
Alright. We found the emergency stations by, first off, making sure we know what they are, which most people do, but this is what they look like. And when we went on campus to find them, we essentially did we started at this parking lot and then did a snake and made sure we looked through all the nooks and crannies to find all the emergency stations. Other than in construction areas, because we can't go in construction areas. And with that, we found as many as we could. We also did not just go one day because we could have missed one that day, and we actually found at least one more on a different day whenever we looked for it, or when we were just on campus.
And after doing this, we discovered that there were 28 stations inside of the area we were covering, and we took 25 points for every station, which pretty much made up a lot of points. And for all 25 points, we took the most probable value so that we could figure out an accurate location for every station.
Point 24 was just so inaccurate that we kind of just threw it out.
Yes.
It was not even remotely close to campus.
Okay, and then pretty much after finding the location of every emergency station, we had to figure out basically the area that every emergency station covered. And to start this, I looked online and went through the brochures and information on emergency stations to try to figure out a distance that they cover, but pretty much there was no general answer, seeing how every campus is going to be different and no two campuses are alike. So we had to come up with a number on our own for every radius of the circle, which we basically came up with by taking the average speed of a human while sprinting, which is 10 to 15 miles per hour, and the average time that a human can maintain this speed, which is 30 to 35 seconds. And we took the lowest values for both of these standard deviations to try to encompass the largest area, amount of people that we could, which turned out to be 440 feet long, which is the radius of every circle on this map.
Yeah, and then with those circles, we then kind of just put the circles here and drew out the areas that were not covered by the emergency station system. And with that, we then used the Garmin to walk around each one with the area calculator. And as you can see, number one, area one was 19.598 acres. So this area right over there. Then area two was 56.289 acres. That was a fun area to walk. And then area three was 24.661. That area over there. And then area number four was 67.802 acres. And then area 5 is very minute, as you saw. It's only 3.842 acres. It's a minimal one, but it was in our total area. And adding those all up together, the area of campus that was not covered was 172.192 acres of the total area of campus we took, which the total area of campus was the purple on the other on the image. That purple line is what we incorporated as our total area, which was 445.7 acres, and so the area not covered is about 38.63%. With the way that we got the area for both the total area and each area of the not covered, or the areas not covered with emergency station systems, was walking around them with the area calculator and then pressing calculate. It was pretty simple for that part.
And unfortunately, we did want to do this entire project while using the Garmin 78 handheld GPS, but we couldn't accurately generate the circles with the GPS due to there was buildings in the way, which caused us not to be able to accurately represent every circle. So we resorted to making the circles using a KML circle generator and using Google Earth as seen right here. So after figuring out the area that all of the stations encompass, we had to figure out if our specification of 440 feet was conclusive. And I would say yes, seeing how pretty much all the high areas where all the classes are covered by the emergency stations, with some of them even being covered by multiple emergency stations. And other areas were not, which do have correlations.
Yeah, the areas that are not covered, those are typically, actually very surprisingly, dorm areas, and then some parking lots are also not covered. The reasoning why behind that, maybe they just didn't see the need for building an emergency station there, but unfortunately there is a high percentage of attacks that happen in majority either parking lots or in dorm areas. So I think that might have been oversight whenever they were putting up the emergency stations. And I mean, hopefully they start building more. Josh, how can this system be improved?
So we could definitely improve this system by putting more emergency stations in parking lots. As you can see in Area 1, there are some emergency stations located in parking lots, but they do not accurately basically cover the whole parking lot, meaning if you were on the far side, you'd have to run all the way across in the case of emergency. And we could definitely put more in dorm areas. As we saw, currently there are emergency telephones, which, I mean, technically there are an outlet for emergencies, but they're not nearly as user-friendly, and they take more time, which would be detrimental in a case of an attack.
Or any type of emergency. And that is our project. Thank you for listening.